And man, I just have to say, welcome back to another video. This is a very exciting and monumental day because we have finally gotten an image generation model that's low cost and generates 4K images. Yes, if you don't know, they have just come out with Seedream 4.0. So this is ByteDance's image model, and I have been testing this out for the last couple of hours, and it is very, very good. It is very good at prompt adherence. It is very good at image editing, and they really are boasting the capabilities of this model. So I'm excited to dive in because we are not just going to be experimenting with this new model. We are going to be pitting the models against each other. Seedance 4.0 or Seedream 4.0, GPT image model, and Imagine 4. We are going to be putting them up against each other. And of course, with Imagine 4, we have Nano Banana. So this has some exciting features. Batch input and output. So you can upload multiple reference images and generate several outputs in one go. Refer to this image, generate 3 images from different views, 360 degree, an elevated view, and a back view. Don't change the girl's appearance and outfit. So bam, you see how that turned out. Like, these are some 4K images. Like, you get what I'm saying? This is very, very, very good. And while they aren't necessarily all in the same place, it did generate the pose that the person was looking for. So this is one that I really like. This example is a branding example. So I am a graphic designer. My company, The Views Agency, we work on branding for institutions, corporations, anybody that really comes. But you can now put your logo in here and get a bunch of mockups. And you can do this with ChatGPT, but it's just, you know, you have some issues there. But so it said, create a set of visual designs for an outdoor sports brand named Green. The products include packaging, bags, hats, cards, wristbands, cartons, and lanyards. So boom, it gave it that, and this is what it came out with. Very high quality images. This is what I really want people to understand. These are high quality images. As a graphic designer, I love working with high quality images, and now I have a generator that can generate unlimited high quality images. And you know, they're very, very good. The thing is, we're actually going to get into that later. So refer to the style of this image, generate a set of images showing different sports. So we see that this guy is running. He has like a light trail behind him. And so they got him boxing, they have him cycling, and they have him dunking. And the thing is, it has the subject in the background and it has the subject in the foreground. So it's able to look at the image and put it back together very well. You know, so I really like what I'm seeing so far. You can put a group of images together. So you can do this inside of ChatGPT, but I think that this is a cool thing as well. So you put a bunch of image assets together and you say, hey, refer to these images and generate a supermodel wearing a white dress and a plain silver wide brimmed bracelet. That's that bracelet over there. Raise to the telescope. So boom, it put it all together. The motorcycle, the bag, look at this. The bag, everything's the same. Now the binoculars are not still gold, but like they're there. And while the bracelet isn't the exact same, it's there. Like, I feel like if you have if you're using this for a product, I would probably use this in addition to another model to be able to, you know, in-paint specific products. So your product looks the same way, but like it did the job. And then we have this one, generate 6 comic images. The scene is set in this villa. Okay. The first image is this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So boom, the owner brings in the couch. The cat's like, oh, what's this? And then He's like, yeah, come play with it. And then this cat gets distracted and the cat goes and sleeps in the box. And he's like, man, look, I just bought this whole bed. Oh man, I am really, really loving this. And we also have prompt-based editing. So Nano Banana, of course, has prompt-based editing, but look at this. Remove the boy in this picture. You see that? This is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. You have text being changed easily. Wow. Wow. And this is the most powerful part about this. When you're able to go from a line prompt into an image like this that is post ready, you don't have to change the aspect ratio. You do not need to upscale it. You don't need anything. This is the power of AI, and that's why social media managers are done. I have clients that I social media manage for. The thing is, I'm about to just build out a whole automation that's creating graphics, on-brand graphics, utilizing the best image models, ChatGPT and Seedance or Seedream. Put a little orchestrator agent in there to make sure everything's good, quality control agent, and just sell social media management like that, because it's done. Like, we don't need it anymore. Turn this living room, bro, are you kidding me? It kept everything the same. It kept everything the same. Everything. It kept everything the same. Wow. Took this line art image. Wow. So if you aren't that good at drawing, you can now go ahead and this is crazy. Wow. You can turn images from black and white to color and remove all the scratches. If you have a film image, you can turn it digital, okay? And they also have a wide range of styles. So they have the realistic style, and you can get it seen in different styles. Okay, so look at this. They have a Hong Kong 90s style, a Baroque style, a oil painting style, and a CG style. So, bam. Nice, bro. I really like this. The CG style, oh my gosh. CG style, because it looks so smooth and it's just such an impeccable style. You can also do text, change the texture of the brand into bronze, knitted, origami, and building block. Okay, cool. Nice, nice, nice. So this is a way where you can start creatively, using your logo. Maybe you're doing a campaign where you want to use, stitching or something. Generate other styles of this picture: oil painting, green mountain, water style. Boom. Look at that. I love it, man. Shout out Seedream. Refer to this image and modify it into illustration, watercolor, Japanese animation, and flat. Nice. So you guys can kind of see, the power, and this is literally the best right here. The adherence to tiny details in text. Look at this. ChatGPT would have messed up on this, for sure. One of these would have been messed up. Even with these, like, I can't read this, but ChatGPT would have messed it up, for sure. And so now you have infographics that you can look. I want to show you guys something. Because a lot of business owners are not taking advantage of this. So right now, on my Pinterest, I'm doing 220,000 monthly views. So this is an AI picture that I got 5.8K on. This is AI right here. This is complete AI. This is ChatGPT. All I did was extend the edges. There's some other stuff, but basically what you can do is create your infographics and put them on Pinterest, like every day, just one every day, and you will do millions of views on Pinterest. And if you link it back to, your website or whatever, then you will get link clicks. You will get traffic to your website. You will get people seeing what you have to offer, what value. So this is very, very strong. And I know this video is getting long, but we're going to do a comprehensive just because, you know, this is probably the best image model on the market right now. So this is like a comparison chart. So we can see that it can do a lot of detailed things. And also it shows its performance put up against its previous model, but also other models. So if we see this text to image chart right here, we see that Seedream is this blue. GPT Image 1 still is better than Seedream at a few things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Pretty much everything, I would say. But Seedream is better at aesthetics. And, you know, if you care, then cool. But I think that GPT image model and Seedream are probably the two best image models right now. Gemini 2.5, I'm going to be honest, or Imagine 4, it's not as good as these models, I would say, but, you know, still pretty cool. Single image editing evaluation. It best everything in image editing except for Nano Banana, probably. Consistency and structure. So let's dive in and start, you know, putting some prompts in and seeing what we can get out of Seedream. And the way that we are going to be doing this is by going to OpenArt. So down in the description will be a link where you can get some free credits in OpenArt. And basically, we are going to be choosing the model of Seedream 4.0. Now, OpenArt has a lot of these models. You can create video on here, you can create image on here, and you can create different ones. You could also have an editing center, and you have trained models. So I have characters, and I've actually made a video on creating characters. So check that out. But we're going to use Seedream. And I got ChatGPT to give us some prompts to test out the other models with. All right, so we have our three models right here. GPT in the middle, Gemini on the right, and Seedream on the left. So let's get our first prompt. And basically what I did was create a GPT chat that is going to help me create these prompts. And Seedream very generously actually put together a whole entire user guide for prompting and using their model. So all you need to do is copy the link to this, paste it in whatever model you want to train, and just give it the information. You can download this as well and add it as a PDF or HTML. But basically it knows the best ways to give the prompts. And so we got these prompts here. Let's put this back over and let's copy the first one. Let's go to Seedream. We are not going to turn auto enhance on. We're going to get 2 images from Seedream. We're going to get 1 image from GPT, and we are going to get 1 image from Nano Banana. So bam, I think Nano Banana is definitely going to be the quickest one. Seedream does take about a minute. So bam. Nano Banana came really quickly with this portrait, and our prompt was create a hyper detailed portrait of an elderly African American man in a navy suit. So boom, very simple, cool. I think it's nice. Now Seedream comes over here with this result. If I'm gonna be honest, like the fact that this is a 4K image, 4096 by 4096, like, it is absolutely impeccable. We also have this other result right here. Very, very high quality. Like let me just look at this and open it for you guys. You see the detail? Like, do you see the amount of quality that's here? But then you know you have a Gemini. You can download this. And if we open this, it still has that detail. It just looks more AI generated. So you can kind of see that these models are, you know, they have different looks. This looks like a very computer generated image. Very. Now you can upscale this and make it look a lot better, but Nano Banana gave us that. Seedream gave us this one. Now it didn't necessarily say Well, it said tight head and shoulders, 85 millimeter lens, fill, cinematic depth. I think that both of them definitely did what the prompt asked, but from a photo portrait type of view, of course, Nano Banana won, but I think that the result that Seedream gave it's not bad. It's good. It works. It's actually what we asked for. And it is a higher quality, and it is more creative, and it is more realistic. I will say that. So let's see what GPT gives. It thought for an entire minute. And so you can kind of see the different reasons that you may use these models. Nano Banana is very quick. So if you're ideating something and you want to make a quick edit to something, you're most likely going to use Gemini's Nano Banana or Google's Nano Banana. If you want something that is a stable, usable image in a relatively quick amount of time, Seedream 4.0. And if you want something that, you know, you can put, and it seems that we lost our network connection. If you want something that you can put some context into and get an image that, you know, is gonna take a lot of credits to work on, then you use GPT. So what I like to do, and this is my actual workflow for my clients. I don't use AI for every single client because some clients don't want to use AI, but in my ideation process, when I'm ideating the images that we're about to post for a client, I will go ahead and use Nano Banana just because it can give me fast results. I can ideate the whole entire month of post in about 2-3 minutes. So once I see that, once I get all these fast generations of all of this stuff, and I don't think that ChatGPT worked. ChatGPT didn't even work. And you know, that's really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. So let's try this one more time. And we'll be back once the product is actually here. All right, so GPT has now created the image, and this is GPT image model is just so good. It's just so good when it's, you know, adhering to prompts and stuff like that. Okay, so when we look at these three images right here, they are all an African American man in a navy suit, and they are all pretty, you know, clothes, tight, you know, form factor. A lot of depth of field on these two, no depth of field on the Nano Banana one. And there's a glare right there in the glasses. I think, honestly, my favorite one is GPT image model. GPT image model won the first image for sure. What in the world? And the thing is, it's super high quality too. You know, if you wanted to, you can upscale some stuff, but I would be able to use this perfectly. I wouldn't need to do anything with it. And it also is, I want to say, 2K by 2K. It's not 4K, but it's 2K by 2K right out of the box. Now, for our next prompt, we're going to do an architectural showcase. So let's copy this, put it in our GPT because we know it likes to take forever. Let's put it in our Gemini, and let's put it in our Seedream. Bam, we're gonna get two images from Seedream. And let's see what it comes up with. One thing that I did notice, and we see Nano Banana, very, very quick, it came up with this glass skyscraper. Very, very nice. I love this photo. I would use this photo on graphic designs anytime. But one of the use cases that I really noticed was very good with Seedream 4.0 is that when I'm using characters inside of OpenArt, it does much better in matching the character and making it adhere to what I look like. I know that this isn't me, but it's 99% there. Like, it's 99% there for sure. I could use this. I'm not taking any more thumbnail photos. You guys have seen my thumbnails have been AI photos, and now they're gonna be real AI photos instead of, you know, the cartoon version of D-Lo. But when you are using characters, it definitely adheres to it much more. This was one sample image and the other sample image, so it just, you know, kind of combined them both. This was the first one, so this one was like a real combination of both. But it does very well in prompt adherence and image referencing. So bam, Seedream has come up with 2 images. Now this is an impeccable image. An exterior photo of a futuristic glass skyscraper in Dubai at sunset. The tower is surrounded by a reflective water pool and palm trees. Okay, so now, wow. Dramatic cloud formations, realistic lens flare, wide shot. Okay, let me see this other one from Seedream. Man, imagine you come to a website and you see this as the first photo. You see this photo as the first photo. Are you kidding me, man? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what GPT came up with. I think it's over sharpened, but let's pretend that it's not over sharpened. I really like this photo. Nano Banana gave a really good result too. So we're gonna say this version of Seedream, this one for GPT, and Nano Banana. I have to give this one. Oh, this is a hard one. You want to know why it's hard? Because Nano Banana and GPT basically gave the same thing. It's just that the GPT one looks much better, but the Nano Banana one shows more, it's a wider angle, if you will. The Seedream one, it's just super realistic. You know, that's an actual picture that I could see being taken. These other two, they look more on the AI generated side. But if I have to give a winner, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say Seedream wins. I'm gonna say Seedream wins because this one looks the most realistic. It just does. It looks so good. Like, look at this. And it's super high quality. You got the lens flare, you have the palm trees, you have the reflective pool, you have the reflection. Like, I get it. The other two are great. And I like the GPT output too, but I'm gonna give it to Seedream for this one. Now, for our last and final test, we are gonna go ahead and do a food macro shot. And as a bonus, we're gonna do that cinematic action frame. So food macro shot, let's get it going. Put it in here, go to create image, put it in here, go to Nano Banana, bam. And let's go to Seedream and press create, bam. Really quick, I do want to let you know about our upcoming AI content creation program. It will be releasing in October, so stay tuned for that news. Early enrollment is going to be favored, so make sure that you do have post notifications turned on and pay attention to the community tab because I will be posting a very great announcement there. Now back to the video. So bam, we have Nano Banana has come up with this result. I really like this. This is a great photo. It's a great photo. Wooden board with the sushi garnished with wasabi, ginger, and micro greens. Macro lens, shallow depth, realistic texture of salmon and tuna. Glossy rice, okay. Soft top light with bounce fill. Highlights on fish. Okay. So then we got Seedream. See, This is what I mean. Seedream looks so realistic. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell that's not a real photo. I would not be able to tell. Like, these are really impeccable generations by Seedream. I have to say. And they're all 4K. That's the thing. And you can get this. Look, I want to say that OpenArt is like $10 a month or something like that. Look, hop on here and go ahead and test this out, because this is really amazing. Like, look at, hold on. Let's just download this really quick. Look at the detail on this, man. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah. GPT image is almost done adding the details, and it does seem like all of their generations were pretty close to the same. So bam. Every image model has their own distinctive look. So this GPT image model has a very, very clean look, but it's not, it's like a real image being taken with a black mist filter. That's what it kind of looks like, if you've ever used that in photography. But this one, the Nano Banana one, looks a little bland. You could do some edits, make it more colorful, more appetizing looking. But if I have to give a winner right now, man, I really, really like this result from GPT. Like, it really did a great job. Seriously. But I'm going to give it to Seedream because it is more realistic. Significantly more realistic. This just looks a little bit too perfect. Like, it just looks a little bit too perfect, you know? No blemishes on the meat or anything. Like, it just looks too fake. But I love all of the generations. Now, last but not least, we're going to do this cinematic action frame. And we also do have to do one with text to make sure, you know, just test out the text abilities. So let's do this action frame. We're going to paste it in these two places. Create image, get it inside of Seedream, and click enter. So Nano Banana has come very fast. Cinematic movie frame. Okay. A rainy neon lit Tokyo street, reflections on wet asphalt, cyberpunk signage, crowd blurred in background. Okay. Cool. Looks nice. I think this works very well as an image. It's very nice. I like it a lot. I think Nano Banana is great for ideation. We then have Seedream. Seedream looks super realistic. This looks like ultra realistic CGI, Nano Banana, and Seedream looks like just ultra realism, like just realistic. And I wouldn't say that this is a cinematic shot by Seedream. I wouldn't say that. It's cool, but it's not. Okay, it's very nice. See, once you open it up and you see that it's 4K, it's a 4K image, you just have to kind of give in. It's like, man, this is some nice details. Look at this detail. And you have the motion blur on the shoes that are moving, but not on the legs, but on the arms. So you have some motion blur in some places and not in others. And that's one of the things that is different between Nano Banana specifically and Seedream, is that Seedream is much smarter of a model. This is a nice picture, but it just looks fake. GPT came up with this image. I would say this is much more cinematic than Nano Banana. So we have a clear winner. GPT image model wins this one. I like the realism of this image, but from an actual, you know, cinematic standpoint, I like GPT image model the best. Now we are gonna go ahead and do our text poster. So put this in GPT. We all know that GPT can do text pretty well. Nano Banana is okay with it, but a little bit messier. But Seedream is supposed to be very, 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 very good with text. So let's get 2 images. Wow. Nano Banana just came up with this. Bold headlines and build Yeah, I would never use Nano Banana for graphics. That is crazy. This is like a real meme right here. Doing AI graphics by yourself, doing AI graphics with the AI Educate content creation program. I'm telling y'all, join. It's a lot of great information I'll be going over. Of course, all of the generations that we've been doing and showcasing on this channel, but much more in depth for the things that I've actually been charging for. I've been charging people thousands of dollars for projects that, you know, some parts involve AI. So if you want to do the same, stay tuned for that announcement. And we're gonna see what Seedream came up with. So bam. Now this is a much better result. Yeah, it's a much better result. The only thing is we're doing these graphic generations and they're not really, you know, they don't really have like a specific brand to go off of. So I think that the way that Seedream did this is very good. This one, it works. Like this one works. I like the GPT one way more than the Nano Banana one, but I love the Seedream one. I would use the Seedream one for sure. I mean, I wouldn't use it, but you get what I mean. It's very good. It's very, very good. So if you've enjoyed this video or if you've learned anything new, be sure to drop a comment, share with everybody else some information that maybe you came across, but also like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to use the link in the description if you would like to try out OpenArt. You get some credits and I believe you also get a trial. Don't quote me on that, but just check it out anyway. But we can see that image models are getting better and better. I think that next year we're going to see a frontier where it's going to be taking out complete jobs. Graphic designers are probably done at this point. But if you found this helpful, definitely share it with a friend. And this has been Delo Brands. I will see you guys in the next one. Keep learning AI and peace.